Hey folks, welcome back to GB Reactions. I hope you're well. I hope you've been having a wonderful day, and I hope you really had a great bank holiday as well. I'm back at work now after 2.5 weeks off, so it's kind of nice to be back, but it's all at the same time. I kind of forgotten loads of stuff because it feels like I've been away for months. I've been sort of that detached from work, I guess. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back in a routine again, and it's good to be back doing some reactions as well. But first of all, before I do this reaction, I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed to my channel, everybody that has commented. The comments mean so much to me to read them. Um, Very insightful, a lot of them are, and also with your suggestions for music, which I can take on board and I might not get round to them straight away, but hopefully I'll get to them eventually. And also, I'd like to thank those that donate to buy me a coffee. It's really, really appreciated. Everything helps these days, and yeah, what can I say? This I'm going to be reacting now to I think it's a band. I think they're called it says they're called The Books, and this is a track called "Smells Like Content." This was one I just kind of plucked right out of the air, and this is a track that's it's from 2005, from the album Lost and Safe. This is track 4. So as far as I know, we have in this band we have Paul de Jong and we have Nick Zamato um, on says music and guitar. So I'm guessing they do a little bit of both. Um, is there anything else about this track? No, that's it. I don't know if this is supposed to be an official video, so I have absolutely no idea. I don't know anything about this band, don't know anything about the history, um, just what I've got in front of me. So I'm really excited. I love these little reactions to the unknown, if you like. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna click play and see what this is about.
Balance, repetition, composition, mirrors.
Most of all, the world is a place where parts of wholes are described within an overarching paradigm of clarity and accuracy. The context of which makes possible an underlying sense of the way it all fits together, despite our collective tendency not to conceive of it as such. But then again, the world without end is a place where souls are combined, but with an overbearing feeling of disparity, disorderliness. To ignore it is impossible without getting oneself in all kinds of trouble, despite one's best intentions not to get entangled with it so much. Meanwhile, the statues are bleeding green, and others are saying things much better than we ever could, as the quiet becomes suddenly verbose, and the hell is heralding the size of nickels, and the street corners are gnashing together like the gears inside of the head of some omniscient engineer. Downward flows the garnered wisdom that has never died.
Let me just pause it there. This is different. This is very different. It feels very arty and experimental. Um, I love a little kind of popcorny sound that I'm hearing throughout it. It feels, it just feels, again, this feels very immersive. It feels like it's some kind of therapy, some kind of hypnosis, maybe. I'm hoping that it's not going to hypnotize me with all these like words. But I love how gentle it also sounds with the singing, the vocals, and I'm not sure if that's like the vocals are affected, but I've been trying to sort of like see what's writing on the screen, so I'm going to listen to the music a little bit more closely now, I think. But this is really gentle. I can't I can't actually put into words to describe this. I've not heard a track like this. Maybe it's closest thing I can think of is that maybe it's like something I'd hear from Laurie Anderson, maybe. I'm not sure, but I like it. It's definitely different. The guitar is lovely as well. The hell was that? Oh, it's an ant. I literally thought that was something crawling over the screen then.
We opened the box, we couldn't find any rules. Our heads are reeling with the glut of possibilities, contingencies. But with ever increasing faith, we decided to go ahead and just ignore them, despite tremendous pressure to capitulate and fade. So instead, we went ahead to fabricate a catalog of unstable elements, and modicums and particles with non-zero total strangeness for brief moments, which amount to nothing more than tiny fragments of a finger cell. Meanwhile, we're furiously sleeping radar, and the map has started tearing along its creases due to overuse, when in reality it's never needed falls. And the air is withholding the sound of its wellspring, and our heads are approaching a density reminiscent of the infinite connectivity of the center of the sun. And therein lies the guarded wisdom that has never died.
Expectation leads to disappointment. If you don't expect something big, huge, and exciting, usually, I don't know, just not as, yeah.
All right, so I think that's the end of it. The books Smells Like Content. That was so interesting and immersive. I've used that word twice tonight. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the vocal effects. It was. I'm not sure. It. I think his voice was maybe, I don't know, put for his. It's almost like it's a bit of a synthesized effect, like maybe not a vocoder, but something similar that changes the sound of your voice. I'm guessing if it were to do it live, they would have to have some kind of thing like that. Um, it was just really, really good. I'm not sure the words meant anything to me, but they just kind of washed over me like, I don't know, random thoughts. Kind of like when you're, I don't know, when you're maybe asleep and you're woken and you go back to sleep and you drift in and out of sleep. Just words and ideas and maybe there is some kind of meaning to the lyrics of this, but yeah, I love the crispness of the guitar as well. That was lovely. It just felt very dreamy, but crisp at the same time. So it's almost like being very passively in a trance. Like I said, halfway through, I'm really hoping that there wasn't anything sort of like going on like that. I mean, I would hate to suddenly hear this and find myself naked on top of a car or something. But it's and that was my one thought halfway through, but it's just no, just kind of blown my mind a little bit. This track has. I do love it when I hear stuff that isn't um the run of the mill, if you know what I mean. I should read the lyrics really. Let's see if I can just make any meaning of this. I don't think I will. Maybe not. Maybe I will. Balance, repetition, composition, mirrors. Most of all, the world is a place where parts of wholes are described within an overarching paradigm of clarity and accuracy, the context of which makes possible an underlying sense of the way it all fits together, despite our collective tendency to not conceive of it as such. Let me just try and decipher that. So they're saying that the world is kind of, and our world can be made up of like there's different parts to everything, but we don't tend to kind of perceive each part of what makes something special or complete. We just sort of see a perceived picture of a generalized perceived picture of a whole, which I'm probably reading that completely wrong. I hope somebody will kind of point that one out. This is so interesting. I feel like I'm reading a psychology book again. But then again, the world without end is a place where souls are combined. The world without end is a place where souls are combined, but with an overbearing feeling of disparity, disorderliness. So, I don't know, too many people, too many ideas, lots of noise. To ignore it is impossible without getting oneself into all kinds of trouble, despite one's best intentions to not get entangled with it so much. Meanwhile, the statues are bleeding green. The others are saying things much better than we ever could, as the quiet beats suddenly become verbose, and the hails heralding the size of nickels, and the street corners are gnashing together like gears inside the head of some omniscient engineer. Omniscient, is that so? Like, is that so like God? And download flows the gamed wisdom that has never died. And finally, we opened the box. We couldn't find any rules. Our heads were reeling with the glitter and possibilities, contingencies, but with ever increasing faith, we decided to go ahead and just ignore them, despite tremendous pressure to capitulate with faith. So instead, we went ahead to fabricate a catalogue of unstable elements and modicums of particles with not zero total strangeness. I could read on, but there has to be. I'd have to read this about a dozen times, I think, to fully understand where it's going. But it didn't matter because the actual experience of this video was incredible, and do you know what? I really want to know more about this band now. Um, this album by the books, Lost and Safe. Uh, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna hand it over to you guys. I think if you can make some sense of this song, please join me in the comments. If you're a fan of this group, I'm sure you'll know what it means, and yeah, I really want to know. But I really love this song as well, and that's the main thing. It's not, you can have very simple lyrics, which then kind of cheapen the great music of a song, but I think these lyrics are so complex and interesting that I think I could listen to this song dozens of times and try and make some sense of it. Maybe it's not meant to be made sense of. Maybe it's abstract ideas that you have to take your own meaning from, but it's just great. I loved it anyway. So please join me in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and for sure, if you can recommend anything else by this group, if you're familiar with them, then please do. Very enjoyable. And yeah, that's it. So, see you later. I'll speak to you later. Have a great week and take care of yourselves.